All right, everyone is rolling in. Hi, everyone, as you're joining us. Thank you for joining us for our July virtual open house here at Milo Sanctuary at True Heart Haven. We're going to give it a few minutes for everybody to continue filing into the virtual room. I always love to take this opportunity to use the chat feature, which you can find in your Zoom app, to ask everybody where they're joining us from. Always neat to see where people are coming from. We're going to get started at the sanctuary in just a minute, once people stop filing in. Joining from the UK, always love to see the UK. Thanks for joining us. I know it's, evening there, summer evening, maybe still raining in parts of the country. Thanks for joining us. Oh, we've got Montana and Colorado. Welcome. Oh, the Philippines. I don't think we've had visitors from the Philippines before. That's so exciting. San Diego, California, local for those at the sanctuary. While we get started here, if you have questions at any point during today's webinar, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll be here collecting questions throughout today's event and throwing them to our hosts when we take Q&A breaks. So you can ask questions at any time, and we'll be sure to get to those throughout the day, even if we don't do it right when the question comes in. Oh, Cork, Ireland, welcome back. Italy, fantastic. It's very exciting. Right, people are still joining us. Oh, aloha from Hawaii. Beautiful weather there right now, a little hot for my taste, but nice time of year for people to be in Hawaii. Massachusetts, fantastic. All right, everyone. Well, Albuquerque, New Mexico, hot there today as well. Same with Texas. It's summer. What am I talking about? It's probably hot mostly everywhere. I'm in Portland, Oregon, and we're having a lot of heat here today, which for us is maybe not as hot as some of the rest of you in desert climates. All right, Michelle, if you are ready over at True Heart Haven, I'm going to toss things over to you to kick us off and welcome our special guests. We'll give Michelle a few minutes to come off mute. I know our special guests have just arrived over at True Heart Haven.
You have to hit start video. Sonia?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, well, guess what? I can't start the video again.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Let me see if I can do something about that for you.
You know, I mean, got it.
All right.
Okay. Now I'm going to hand it over to Tina, who's running the camera today. First of all, I want to welcome every single one of you for joining us today. We're going to continue virtuals so that everybody who cannot physically make it here can virtually make it here. It's just great. I love seeing where you're all from. It's always an effort, either virtually or in person, to set this up. But we love doing it because we love you guys. So yes, I have two amazing, cool, and hardworking guys here today. All right, you ready, guys?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we have Nathan the cat lady.
What's going on, guys?
Right? And then we have Sterling Davis, the trap king.
What up? I'm over here getting these good cuddles.
Yep, that's Sparkle, and she is blind.
And she climbed up here.
Yeah,
so
this is what.
I don't know about that blind thing.
Yeah, she is, trust me. But this is what we try to get across with people is the blind cats are amazingly adaptable. And once they do what we call mapping of a room, they will never forget how to do it as long as you don't change the furniture. But Sparkle is super adorable, super friendly, and really gets around very, very well. So guys, I'm just gonna grab this. Tell me I would love to hear some of your, we all know you've been on great adventures lately.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Went
yeah.
all over.
And doing something that's very near and dear to my heart. And you've been trapping.
Oh, yeah.
So, in fact, you guys were out last night, right?
Yeah, we were about 12:30 last night trapping.
How many?
1:30.
How many did you get?
Well, we got 5 1/4. I say a quarter because I got this little ginger baby that, oh, she's so cute.
I
So cute.
saw the video and I'm like, I want the ginger baby.
Yeah, they were trying to get me, they're like, you want to take her? And I was like, maybe if I put her in the bathroom and Pickles doesn't pick the lock, maybe I can make it work. But yeah, it was hard. So there was this house we went had probably 12 adults.
Yeah.
12 adults. Like when we pulled up, I saw 2 and I was like, oh, amazing. Set up a trap, instantly got one, set up another trap, and it got scared off by a neighbor who opened the gate. But anyways, we looked over the fence and there was like literally 8 or 9 other adults. And I was like, we only brought 5 traps, and then we started putting out food. And then all these baby kitties, about 5 or 6 baby kittens came out. And I was like, I'm not sleeping tonight. Like it was hard because we knew we had to leave them, but they're everywhere.
Nathan got committed to getting that one kitten. I mean, we was like, we filled the other traps and we was like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, call tonight. Nathan was like, I'm getting this kitten. He's coming. And he got him.
And you got her?
Oh yeah.
Now is she with Lux Paws now?
Yes, Lux Paws has her.
Good, okay, yeah. So, that, I saw the video and it was amazing and it broke my heart. And then I know you guys got out super early to go to Fix Nation.
Yeah, drop those babies off that we fixed.
Right.
I mean, that we trapped.
And then you turned around and drove all the way up here.
Mm-hmm.
Had to come check out Milo's. And then I wouldn't be getting all this love right here.
We like to pack a lot in when me and Sterling hang out. We don't do it often, so more now, but when we hang out, it is boom, 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 boom.
That's incredible. That is just incredible.
Michelle, can you have our guests tell us a bit more about what they're trapping, why they're trapping, and what all this means when we use the word trap for these cats?
So the goal has always been like to travel the country, educate and assisting on TNR community cat care. So we're already doing that. We had became out, and for those of you that don't know TNR, yeah, like come on, tell them about TNR, tell them what it means. TNR is trap, neuter, return. So it's the humane alternative for death and euthanasia for stray and feral cat populations. So it's the process where we go out, we catch them in humane traps, they don't get hurt. We take them to low-cost spay-neuter clinics where they're spayed, neutered, vaccinated, and then returned back to their colony. And that prevents overpopulation, spread disease. So me and Nathan been traveling the country of like Tampa, Atlanta, Denver, Baltimore, just traveling the country, donating Ruruva to colony feeders, and that's cat food for y'all that don't know Ruruva. Donating cat food to colony feeders, educating people about TNR, and then going out like we did last night and assisting in TNR. So that's been the goal. That's what we've been doing. Getting more guys involved, getting the Black community more involved, and shine the light on all our trap queens that's been doing it way before we even got started. And Nathan is a trap king now. He's hooked. It's official.
He got me hooked in
It's
Tampa.
official.
Yeah, I went from no trapping to now I've trapped in Tampa, Baltimore, Denver, Atlanta, soon to be Albany, Los Angeles. We're getting there. We're getting there.
It's serious.
Gotta start crossing off the states on a map.
Yeah.
That's John. She's from Turkey.
Oh.
The turkey.
Michelle, we have a question for the team here. Do you always return the cats? What if you find friendly cats out there when you're hunting in these colonies?
That's why it's important to work together. We tell people all the time, you want to work together because for me, I focus on TNR, I focus on the trap and return, but I work with adoption agencies, fosters, so that if we do have a friendly kitty, we can work with them to possibly further socialize a friendly kitty and then get him or her a forever home.
That's
Next,
fantastic.
last night.
Yeah, the one that Nathan called last night is not going back on the street.
No.
Now let's go into Nathan's house.
Right.
I'm gonna move Sparkle because it's so chilly, you guys.
And Nathan, who's in your lap right now? Is that Pixie?
Is this
Yeah,
Pixie.
Yeah, that's Pixie.
Pixie?
He loves the boys.
Oh, you little flirt.
Oh man, well, I'm gonna be bringing a bunch of Pixie home with me.
Right.
these days.
Yeah, they are.
We have another trapping related question for the group. How can all of us learn how to trap ferals in our neighborhoods? Are there resources we can tap into?
Well, of course, if you not already following me and paying attention to all of our crazy antics, one website I always tell people to go to is Alley Cat Allies. Their website is packed with information. It's almost like step by step. I'm actually trying to get the Trap King website more like that because they pack it with information, but it's step by step, and it can really help you out if you get started, if you want to get started with trapping. But like I said, also you can follow me and my crazy shenanigans too. But if you want to see something like step by step, they really break it down, and it's good information on the Alley Cat Allies website. Shout out to Alley Cat Allies too. If y'all watch it.
Absolutely. They're incredible. When I met them at the last CatCon, and we must have stood there for an hour talking to them.
Right.
And then they videoed me for, why I do it, why it's important.
They are pretty serious. Me and Nathan did a little show with them or whatever. That was
Kitty
kind of
Con.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah, Kitty Con in Tampa.
Right. It was a funny show to say the least. Like,
Fair warning, you guys are gonna get about 70% of my attention. The other 30% is going to kitties.
Yeah, well, how can you help yourself?
Exactly. You guys got a kid in a candy store right here. I'm just gonna get
So I have to tell you about the first resident of Trap King Palace.
wow, who was the first?
She was living on the streets, feral, a TNR person, and we work with a lot of different groups too, because we're the only special needs cat rescue in the greater Los Angeles area. So this person contacted me and she said, I trapped a feral and her name is Apricot. And we have to remove, she's blind. I can't put her back out on the street. And she goes, the one eye, she's going in for surgery to get that one eye out. And then eventually she'll probably need the other eye out. And I said, you're right, you can't put her back on the street. So bring her up. So they did. And she's our first resident.
Is she in there now? She chilling out?
She is.
What?
Oh, we're going out there, trust me, guys. I mean, come on. Yeah, so we've taken in quite a few ferals that could not be released. And that was the whole point of the new Trap King Palace and also the Fortress of Ferals, was to have a place, a safe place for these cats to live and also not be returned to the street. And nobody, to my knowledge, has done the special needs feral like that.
Oh yeah, it's difficult because doing TNR, I run into a lot of situations like that where cats can't go back. In fact, one of the cats that I adopted back when I first got started, Tina Marie, because I had Rick James, and there was a cat that I trapped, and just like Rosina was gonna take her back out, but we found out she was gone. So she had been out there, she was like 16 years old. She had been out there on the street with no claws. She can't defend herself, it's hard to eat. So I ended up keeping her. But it's a lot of cats like that that can't go back outside. And to have something like the fortress of ferals to be able to for cats to go to, because it's cats out there, and it's a lot of times where I've sat and I'm sad, crying, like breaking down, like, man, what am I gonna do with this cat? 'Cause I can't take this cat back outside to this area. It's like there's no way. So
Well, now you'll just have to bring them out here. What?
hey,
There you go.
at least I got somewhere to take them.
Yeah, yes, you do. And that's the whole point of the feral enclosures, is so that they will have a safe place and they're monitored for their health. And also they don't have a lot of human interaction because, quite frankly, they don't want it. And so,
I get it.
yeah,
I get
dude,
it.
I'm
LA makes me feral sometimes.
Right.
exactly. Makes you more feral.
Oh yeah, LA traffic is feral. Traffic is feral out
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's back to normal out here in LA, the traffic. So super fun. Let me, hang on. All right.
there. Come on.
I would love you guys to tell me about a funny story when you guys have been together around.
Oh,
Just everything.
okay. Oh shoot, on the spot. I feel like we've got a lot of
I know it's
always something ridiculous.
Yeah, it's never not nothing crazy. Let's see. Okay, I'll say
There you
this. This last one, it was kind of funny, crazy at the same time. And don't do this. Don't try this at home. But we we was out in Baltimore and we met a young lady that came out trapping with us. And you know, people in every city, you got trappers, people that do this for real. Like y'all probably follow me, you probably follow us to see us out here doing it. But it's people you don't see that move, and they out here making moves doing TNR. You don't know they real serious. So somebody that came out and volunteered with us in Baltimore was like that, basically ready to kick doors down to boarded up houses. Like if you tell her it's a cat in there, it don't matter what it is. It could be a boarded up house. She just bam, I'm in here. I'm about to go get the cat. We like, hey, that's just not the neighborhood you want to go kick it in.
literally
stuff,
this sketchy neighborhood.
Right.
Where we're like tiptoeing around. We find this boarded up house and we see a hole in the window about this big. She's like, "There's cats in there,"
Right.
and just shoulder checks the door in and just goes in. And I'm like, I don't want to go in that house. And then all of a sudden she pokes her head out the second floor. And is like, "No cats here. I'm gonna check the attic." I was like, she has not seen a horror movie in her entire life.
You imagine the two dudes creeping and tiptoeing, walking
Yeah.
by there. She just walk up like, bam, let's go.
Yeah,
We
that
like,
was,
okay.
that was pretty great.
That
Very
is-
hardcore.
That's a great story. Yeah, it's the people out every single night in any kind of weather, trapping, taking them, getting them medically, whatever they need, getting them fixed, and then re-releasing them. And I know you guys know this, but feral colonies, if you get them all spayed and neutered, not only will they not reproduce, but cats are very territorial and they don't just let anybody into their territory.
Oh yeah.
So eventually the cats will die off and probably more will move in. And the other thing is nature abhors a vacuum.
Yeah.
So if you say you've got a feral colony of like 5, if you take those cats out and take them to the shelter and they're killed, guarantee you 10 will move in, not fixed, and you will have 100 babies in a year.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, this isn't extermination. This is not exterminating. You're not going in and removing cats because, like what Michelle was saying, that the vacuum effect is real. For whatever reason, those cats are there. If you have that colony of cats there, for whatever reason, they're there. Whether it's the good sun spots or the trash they scavenging up, whatever reason they're there, if you remove them, then more cats will come back. So you want to fix and control the population that's there, and that way they keep other cats from coming in. But because the vacuum effect is real, you remove those, then you'll have more come in. So you want to just control the ones that's there, and then you got some kitties to help you with your rodents and not overpopulating and spread disease.
And bugs.
And the bugs.
Yeah,
my
they
goodness.
most of the cats a wildcat's diet is insects and snakes and lizards. Regardless of what the Audubon Society says, they are not decimating a bird population. Okay. No, because you know what? It takes too much energy to hunt a bird. If there's a grasshopper, okay, I'll just go up and that's it. But if there's a bird, you're going to waste tons of energy trying to catch it.
And bird people out there, y'all, we on the same team. I promise. I get a lot of emails from bird people saying, "Man, you helping the cats, you hate the birds." That's not true. TNR is humane population control, therefore it's helping the birds. It's good for the birds, it's good for the cats. It's humane population control. So it's not to hurt any birds. We are on the same team. I get so many messages and people like, y'all cat people are killing the birds. That's not what's going on.
Yeah, no, less babies means less cats, which means less cats to kill birds. So same thing.
And
Very simple.
May I just say that this spring and early summer, I raised a baby crow.
What?
Yeah, I'll put some pictures up. Yeah, baby. Like she came to me. She was about that big. Some friends found her in the road, and she was so sick. I thought she was going to be blind.
Wow.
And so with the little bit of knowledge I have, and lots of knowledge my vet has, we saved her and brought her up here to the sanctuary and let her go.
Oh,
Yeah. Because wild animals should stay wild unless they would not survive.
right.
That's just.
Hey, Michelle, we've got several questions rolling in. If you don't, well, first tell us who's in the cone at your feet, and then I want to get to these questions.
Oh, this is our sweet girl, Amethyst. She came from a high kill shelter on her last day. She had the worst mange that anyone has ever seen. And she lost her eye because she was scratching so much at her face, she punctured it.
Oh,
Wow.
It was great.
Well, we'll see her on the website very soon then, since she is not on the lifetime care page yet. So it's a new cat for us. Okay, to the questions. A couple things. First, for Sterling, you mentioned you're trying to engage more with communities of color and bring awareness and education to underserved areas. Can you tell us a little more about that, please?
Yeah, so typically, it's been taboo. I mean, when I grew up, it was real taboo for Black men to have cats. Like, even sometimes now, a lot of my friends are like, "Man, why you got all the cats? You should have dogs, you should have dogs." So one of the things that I try to do is to break a lot of those stereotypes. I like for people to see, I didn't see anybody like me when I was growing up, to come into a school or come into a community and it's like was cool and edgy, but still compassionate and like cats. So I try to show that side, especially with Nathan. That's a lot of people ask me about Nathan the cat lady's name. Like, that's the whole point of his name, is letting you know that guys can be cat ladies as well. So a lot of what we do is to show that, to change, to break some of those stereotypes. So that's one thing as far as bridging the gap, is the hyper masculinity in it. But then too, just engage it. Trap king. If y'all know about rap music, it is highly used in Black communities, the terms trap king and trap queen. So I use those terms to engage Black and brown communities. I know that's gonna get their attention, and that's what I'm trying to do. Get some Black and brown communities engaged in community cat care and TNR. So, and I think it's working too. I mean, I got a lot of my homeboys now that's like, "Oh, I see what you're doing there. I get it." Even though some of them want to hang just because I be around a bunch of cat ladies, but it's still good that they want to get involved.
That's awesome. Related question, when you move through areas like you're doing on this, US tour, I'll call it, I guess, do you keep up with any of the colonies where you've done TNR on your travels, or any of the caretakers from those colonies?
Oh yeah, a lot. Somebody was just reaching out to us the other day, like, "Hey, we caught that other cat." Like, we get messages as like, I try to keep up with all the colonies, because for one, you might need to go back out. We work with colonies and you'll trap a cat to get spayed, neutered, and vaccinated, but then you'll have a colony feeder that might reach out to you because somebody's injured or looks ill. So you have to retrap them, probably use a drop trap and things of that nature. So we try to keep up with any and every colony. And a lot of times they want to keep up with us and that's the fun part about it. We go out, we trap together, and once people are excited about it, they want to call and tell you like, hey, remember the little one? Remember the gray one? Remember the tuxedo was on the roof? Like, people want to reach out and tell you like, hey, we still caught them, we still trapped them, we still maintaining the colony. So yeah, we try to keep in touch with as many of them as we can.
And I'm just gonna say it again, if you guys don't follow these two on social media, you need to, because they have fun, but they are also doing such important work. And if the more people we can get on board doing TNR, the more cats we can save.
100%.
Yep.
I love getting all these different people involved, especially I know like we were talking to people in Philadelphia that are kind of hitting each other up like, who wants to go trap tonight, you know, and going out in different teams and stuff like that. So the more people we got doing it, I mean, you can just grab a couple of buddies, go out trapping one night, you know, it's kind of make it a thing.
Yep.
And the new Friday night, right?
It's you know, have a couple of 40s and do some trapping.
There you go, guys. I'm trapping with you guys.
There we go. There we go.
When I started in this illustrious path, and I know you've both heard this, but I started TNR, not started TNR, but I started with TNR, but it wasn't called TNR. It was called nothing. Okay, it was called nothing. And it was my vet, after I told him about this wildcat, because that's what we called him, having litter after litter after litter. He went in his garage, he pulls down a trap, puts it in front of me, and I'm like, what's that? And he goes, you're gonna trap her, you're gonna bring her in here, I'm gonna spay her, and then you're gonna release her. And I went, you're crazy. But I did it, and she lived over 13 years in my back area when I was in an apartment, and she never had babies again. And I went out one day, and I'll remember this for the rest of my life, is I went out one day and I saw her, you know, in the carport chasing a butterfly. And my thought was, exactly, my thought is, you're not worrying about your baby starving, you're not ruining your body, having litter after litter, and it became my passion. It really did.
That's another thing too. Like, I tell people, outside of just, you know, bridging that gap between the Black community and getting more men involved, the goal is to highlight so many of the rescuers that's been doing this forever. Because some people, I've been places and they thought I came up with TNR. Like, women have been doing this before I was born, and I'm not that young.
Me.
I'm not that young, so this has been going on for a while. So we try to make sure that we highlight. It's awesome to have a platform for people to see your big head butt on social media doing stuff, but it's even more awesome to highlight the people that's not on social media yelling all the time and screaming, like, because like I said, it's a lot of women that's been doing it. I got trained by women that got off work still in their flats, climbing trees and feeding cats right after work doing this thing. So it's dope to be able to shine a light on those people that's been doing it forever.
Sorry for the noise.
Just getting it.
Yeah, she loves this.
A cat?
It's little pants. It's clown
I
pants.
love that.
One of the followers sent it to us, and Sparkle loves it. It makes noise, but not while we're doing this. So I'll give it back to her after we're
Sparkle
done.
was my girl, y'all, already.
Now she's all upset because I took it away.
Look, she just prancing around now, like, where is it?
Yep.
Where is it?
And you notice she doesn't run into anything.
Yeah, that's impressive. I bumped into 3
Oh,
things.
I-
She's like,
Oh.
you shouldn't have said it. You know they prove you
Don't
wrong
say
every time
Sparkle.
you say it. What cat doesn't look to prove you wrong as soon
Yeah.
as you say
Oh,
it?
yeah.
I had
That
a
was
cat
pretty
giving me
deliberate.
I had a cat giving me high five for like 10 minutes until I told somebody to come watch. Look, it's giving me a high five. Cat was like,
Well, it's like the old Warner Brothers cartoon with the
The
frog.
frog.
Yeah.
Hello, my baby.
Hello, my Yeah,
Right.
and then the minute they put it in front of anyone to show what it would do, it would sit there
Done.
and go.
yeah. Done.
So Michelle, people would like to see some cats.
Oh,
Oh, no, we don't have cats here. What are you talking about?
Let's see some of our cats.
All right, well, hang on. We roped Nathan. If you follow us
Oh, let's do it.
on Sir Thomas and on Milo Sanctuary, you know about Jack's jokes. And so Nathan is going to tell Jack a joke, and we will see how Jack likes the jokes. Because Jack is a professional comedian.
Oh, shoot.
Yes, he's right here. Here, you can show all these kitties here.
What?
Look at everybody just hanging
Oh
out.
yeah, they have the
Chilling.
love.
So this one's Jack?
That is Jack. Jack came to us from Egypt.
Wow.
And trust me, he wasn't that well filled out.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes, I
that's
see. Oh, yes.
and
of
that's
course.
Twizzle, who also came to us from Egypt.
Twizzle, I know. So many pets. Okay. Now, do you guys have typed out jokes or am I just pulling the
Oh,
joke?
you're just pulling one out.
Just pull
You know,
it
the
out.
only joke I got off the top of my head. All right, Jack, you ready? What did one hat say to the other hat on a hat rack?
I guess she's.
Wrong. You stay here, I'll go on ahead.
Look, he's turning his back to you. He's showing you his
that's
butt.
That's cold.
Did you show the butt? I thought that,
That was
pretty
the
good.
butt. That was the.
I liked it.
No.
Yeah, he
I
was,
couldn't have
Cool,
even
Jack.
came up with a
That's
joke.
cool.
That was pretty good. Jack.
I like that joke.
Yeah, I like
All
it
right,
too, but
well-
Jack's not a fan.
No, Jack is
Leaving
leaving.
the building. All right.
Yes.
I tried. I
You
tried.
did. You did. Well, we liked it. All right, so here on the table, we have on the far right, that is Kismet. She was rescued as a kitten from a high kill shelter, and she was born blind. And you see, she got on the table.
Mhm.
And then this beautiful little girl, her name is Tiki Party Paws.
Party balls.
And
Pause going already.
she came to us from Mexico. She was a blind kitten living on the street with another blind kitten. They were totally malnourished. And the friend she came with passed away, unfortunately. But she's tough, and she's mostly blind, and she is an adult.
Still partying with them paws.
Yep, but people go, oh, how old is she? Like 6 months? And I'm like, 2 years. So, and then this darling baby, hey, sweetheart, that is Galaxy. And Galaxy and Kismet are BFFs. And Galaxy has a really bad story. I'm not going to tell it here. Yeah, let's just say she was a survivor of horrible abuse, and that's why she went blind. Yeah.
We got the kitties in the other room.
And then let's go.
Aiden.
Come on.
Aiden in the other room.
All right, Connie, thank you. Okay, so this is our cat room. One of them, the whole house is a cat room, but in here, we keep, if you look at the carriers, they all have names on them, or they did, see down here. What we keep them in here for is we put them in here if they're on a special diet. And AM, PM, they go into, and they actually know their carriers. They'll come in when it's feeding time and sit in front of it.
Who's judging me up here?
Oh, yeah, isn't she pretty?
I'm getting so judged right
And the sideways ears.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just trying to check your beans out. Can I see some beans?
Her name is Athena,
Athena?
and she came from a feral colony. And one of my former assistants basically just dumped her and 3 other kittens on me and quit.
Wow.
So 3 of them are in the fortress because they are feral. She was the one that we changed. And by the way, guys, she is up for adoption. She is a normal, healthy.
Oh, she is up for adoption?
Yeah,
Somebody got adopted. Look, she like to lean out with her beans out.
yeah. Isn't she gorgeous? She's
Yeah.
a Siamese calico.
That's like, wait, what?
That is some wicked stink eye she giving you, Sterling.
She was like, lean out with my bean out. What?
What? Who are you? Why are you here? She's
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
at Tina like, why is these crazy
gonna
people
say.
here?
I
Yeah.
think this cat heard my joke.
Right, right.
That
She is just looking like, I don't know about any of this.
And then
That is
behind
hilarious.
us, let me move this. Behind us is our IDEX machine. You know, when you take your cats or dogs and the vet runs blood and it costs a fortune,
Yeah.
we run our own.
Oh, wow.
We run our own. I'm a former vet tech. I can pull blood at 100
Yeah.
feet. This is really great to show. This is our medicine board. These are every ongoing medication, special medications. And then lunch babes go into carriers to eat. So this is the way we keep it so that we know what's going on. So
Got it broken down.
we have to.
Professional.
Well, all I did was set it up like what they have in vet's office. Any vet's office is gonna have this kind of a board with stuff on it. Not that much, man.
My girls, I just put all their stuff in a bunch of churro real quick. Here.
Yeah. All right, and this is our guest room. That's Annie. She was abandoned on the street. She's ancient. And her former owner that dumped her, she's not a Manx. She had a normal tail. She got it injured and they didn't seek medical treatment and it gangrened and fell. And there's one of my favorite cats
Thank you.
in the entire world. That is Gridley Gobblechops.
Gridley Gobblechops.
I love this name.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting kisses over here.
Oh.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'll tell you about him in a sec. Yeah, so that's, and then see the beautiful little Siamese laying here. She is also up for adoption. She's slightly blind in one eye because she was in a hoarder's house. But you see, she's beautiful and she's healthy now. And she's just such a great cat. And she's Siamese, obviously. So she's looking for a home. This is Timoth. No, that is Aiden. Sorry. Hey, look at Aiden.
Giving me all the kisses.
Yes, that is Lord Aiden Hopebringer.
Michelle, that can't be Aiden. Look at that fur and how filled out he is. That can't be that skinny bald cat.
Yeah, that was that horribly skinny bald cat that had horrible mange and infections in his skin. Yeah, that's him.
And about to make my cat Demeter Joe extremely jealous with all them kisses.
There you go. He is he's older. He's also FIV positive, which, by the way, not a thing. FIV is not a thing. It's simply a virus that lowers their immune system. It is not transmittable through casual contact, food bowls, litter boxes. It's only transmitted through very, very deep bite wounds or sex. Well, we all know about getting a disease when you're having sex, right?
If it was a problem, I wouldn't be doing all of this.
Exactly. So, so for those of you who rescue a cat or adopt a cat and it's FIV positive and you have a cat at home, as long as they're both fixed and they're not having, knockdown dragouts, they live normal lives.
Michelle, who just walked in with
That-
that bright tail?
He's in our senior program. And when we got him, I spent a lot of time in the guest room here with him. And then he lived in my office because he was so terrified of everything. And obviously he's changed his mind and he thinks it's the best thing ever. Yeah, I love Gridley, one of my favorite cats of all times. When he lived at my house, we had carpeted stairs and he would get to the very top of the stairs, lay himself out on his side and literally slinky all the way
Oh,
down
I
it.
love that.
Mhm.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. All right, let's go see the rest.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, Lily!
All right, and after we visit more cats in just a few minutes, we're going to do an update on Flower, everyone's favorite tiny Milo's cat.
So this is the cat's room. And this is one of our hardworking assistants, Elizabeth, who is just great. And she's, you are. And this is Lily, she's paralyzed. Oh, here comes Johnny. Johnny will fall over for you. Is she a character? So you see all the things up here that somebody built for us. And oh, these beautiful works of art. Sonia, do you recognize the Siamese at the end?
Well, of course I do. That's my Emerson.
That you painted.
That's my special needs Siamese boy has cancer and is in renal failure and has hypothyroid, but he still looks just like that picture, maybe a little thinner. But yeah, that's all Milo's cats that we painted at a long ago fundraiser, a Paint Your Pet Day. So I see Debbie's Baker, and that's not Charlie in the middle. Who's the?
Yeah. Yes, the dad's Charlie.
There's Charlie.
And then the one up here is Gabriel. And Gabriel was adopted by one of my former assistants. So yeah, isn't that great? And then over here, we have a portrait of Monty. And if you don't follow Monty and Molly, you need to because they're incredible. He's missing a chromosome. And so that's why he's kind of got that wide-eyed flat face. Well, we just rescued one from the shelter, little calico girl. So, and Maestro sleeps up there. He's blind, by the way, completely blind. So let's swing back this way. And I want to introduce you to Marissa.
Hey, guys.
Who both Marissa and Elizabeth are supervisor leads. And because I work a full-time job, so I'm not always here. And they keep this place gorgeous and running. You know, they do. They're so completely dedicated. And I'm so lucky to have both of them. So
We're very lucky to have you.
We're
too.
lucky to have you.
Oh, please.
That's for sure.
Oh, stop.
Please.
How many other people can say this is their job?
You want to go back anywhere?
And this is my office, but I'm not going to show it because it's a mess. Go.
You want to go back in there?
No, fine. All right. Oh, I bought these. Okay. And there's Connie. Say hi, Connie.
Hey, everybody.
Connie is our our manager of social media. Sonia is our director of social media. And I'm just the idiot that keeps roping people in so that, you know.
See these biscuits over here.
Yeah.
Eat a load of them
Kids
biscuits.
mad. Oh, interesting, real quick, and then we're gonna cut to Flower. His man is an FIP survivor. She survived wet FIP. We used Mudian, which was the original treatment that they discovered. And it was one shot a day for 84 days. And that was 2 years ago. Yeah.
Isn't it like,
Isn't it great?
I don't know what y'all talking about. I got a lot of business to make. I'm busy.
I'm doing things.
Yeah.
All right.
It's work to be done.
Sonia, do you want to cut to Andrea and Flower?
I would love to if you're ready. Before we go though, we did have one question. The orange and white that walked into the room with the ringtail, we missed the name, the audio cut out, and some of us missed the name.
That's Hank the Tank.
Thank you. Thanks, Michelle. All right, Andrea, you ready? You with us?
Good.
Can't hear you. No, go ahead and unmute.
Unmute. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, 1 second. Let me turn this one off. Okay, the problem is I need to figure out how to flip this. Sorry, I don't usually do Zoom on my phone. There we go. All right. Okay, there's Flower. For those of you who don't know his story, he was found in Long Beach, wrapped in twine and hanging from a tree. And I guess Michelle would probably know the story better than I, but from what I understand, someone got him down and took him to a kill shelter. And somehow they reached out to Milo's, who took him in. And he was in the hospital for about a week with drains, from what I understand. And from what the vet told me, over 25 stitches. And he, at that time, was only 6 weeks old. So you can imagine 25 stitches was a lot for this little guy. And he's been with me, gosh, 2 or 3 weeks now. For those of you who are following him, you saw him in his sweaters because he couldn't lick his wounds. And now he is healthy and active and happy. And soon, I think we'll be ready for adoption. Michelle wanted to give him a little more time to just grow and be a kitten before putting him through his neuter surgery. So just some time to just be happy and play and also for, here he's on my shoulder, for those of you who've been following, here's his favorite toy, Godzilla, one of my other fosters who's quite a bit younger than him, and Flowers thinks is his own personal toy. Oh, Flower. Hi, you want to say hi? Hey, buddy. And here is little Godzilla.
Godzilla is generating quite a lot of excitement. How old is Godzilla?
Godzilla is 5 weeks old, just turned 5 weeks old. Yeah. And he loves Flower. He follows him everywhere, except Flower does not always understand that Godzilla isn't a toy that we pounce on and bite. So here, Flower. Oh, he's walking off with his toy. Flower, look, there's your buddy. No, he's too interested in his wand toy. I had to get the wand toy out to make sure he was here and ready for his big debut. There's your buddy. There he goes. Anyway, I don't know if anyone has any questions about Flower, or just, you can see his fur starting to grow it up. There he goes after Godzilla. That's Godzilla's pen where he stays. So I can make sure that he's safe when I'm not around to keep an eye on him.
Lots of comments about how cute both Godzilla and Flower are. Someone's asking, have Flower's front legs healed properly?
Yes, I think you can see him here playing. He seems to have no issues walking, running, playing. You can see there's a stripe here on his back, the lighter stripe, and I think that might be possibly from where the twine, it might have affected his fur, and he's also still growing in. He's still got some bald spots. You can see back here where his fur's growing in. Most of his injuries were under his arm, which he doesn't care for me to pick him up and look at, but he's completely healed. The vet's given him a clean bill of health. In fact, when I took him in for his last follow-up, they said, the staff there said they didn't recognize him. They didn't realize it was the same cat. He looked so good, which just made my heart so happy to know that he's healed so well and is so well adjusted. And I'm just so thrilled that Michelle allowed me to foster him. When I saw his story, we see so many horrible stories about terrible things that are done to cats and other animals online. And sometimes you almost get immune to them. But for some reason, when I saw his, I literally teared up and I reached out right away to Michelle and said, you know, if he needs a foster, please let me do it, because I just need to let him know that not everyone out there treats animals like that. And not everyone out there is going to hurt him. And I just wanted him to experience kindness and a home and love. And I'm so excited that I was able to be the one to do that for Milo's and for him. Hi, handsome boy.
Hey, Andrea. Michelle,
Yeah. Yes.
you can still see where his fur is growing in.
Yes,
And thank you for showing him such love.
of course.
You're fostering Godzilla for best friends, right?
Correct. Yes. Best friends. I'm fostering him through best friends.
If we know what would be amazing,
If they could
if
be
they could-
adopted together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen so many comments about that on the Instagram page.
And we can make it happen.
That
you
would be
know.
awesome if
Yeah,
there's
we
someone out there who wants them. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to be a little while for Godzilla still. He's only 5 weeks old. So he's going to need some time before he can get neutered. Huh, buddy?
Well, Flower's not ready to be neutered yet.
Yeah.
So my thought was give it a little more time. We can start taking pre-applications on Flower. And if you're interested in Godzilla, get in touch with Andrea. What's your Instagram?
It's Fosterin, Fosterin felines.
Perfect.
Fosterin felines.
And we will put it up on our social media as well.
Awesome.
And then if you're interested in Godzilla, you can contact Andrea specifically, and anything for Flower. Thank you, Sonia. Anything, and if you're interested in Flower, just, shoot us an email at info@milossanctuary.org. Look at those two, seriously.
We had a question for Andrea. Do you foster cats regularly?
Yes, I do. I've been fostering, gosh, regularly, I think probably for 3 or 4 years now. I've done 18 different litters through Best Friends, and I've done 3 litters for or not litters, but no, I guess they were litters other than Flower. The other 2 were more than 1 cat. Usually I foster mama cats with their babies because that is easier for me when I go to work. I don't have to worry about feeding. But with being home with the pandemic, I did a couple litters of bottle babies without mamas. And then I do have one other, if I could show really quick.
Oh,
This is
please
Mama Kitty.
show your beautiful girl that I would
Yes.
adopt in New York second.
There's my mama. She's through Best Friends as well. Flower likes to go in there and eat her food. And then she hisses at him and doesn't understand why he doesn't care. Hi, Mama. Hi. This is Mama Jillian. She's from Best Friends too. I fostered her and her babies, and all the babies got adopted, and she did as well. And we explained to the adopter that she was shy and would need some time to adjust, and they just didn't want to give her that time, and she was returned after 2 weeks. So yes, I know. Is he eating your food, Mama? I know. Come here.
It's so cute
It's
though.
okay, Mama. It's
She
okay.
just taps him.
Yeah, no, she's so sweet and she's so loving now. And I just don't understand why. Anyway, when she got returned, I got her back into foster because I can't, she's too shy to be in a kennel and it's just going to make her shut down. So I brought her back here and she gets to stay in the foster suite. She has her own room in here.
Wow.
And the boys are out in Gen Pop with my cats. But anyway, so those are my kids, and thank you for your time. And Flower, that's not your food.
He's a cat. Cats have what's to give.
Yes.
But thank you, Andrea. And again, if you're interested in Godzilla, go online, go on Instagram and hit Andrea up. And if you're interested in Flower, hit us both up. And And then we will hopefully, if the universe is kind, find them an amazing home together.
And real quick, Godzilla has a special paw. He only has 3 toes on this one paw. Oh, he's not gonna let me show it. Come here, show him your special paw. See there?
Oh my gosh.
But it doesn't hinder him at all. Anyway,
No.
thank you so much for letting me pop in and show you my kids.
Yep.
And
If you're interested in Mama, Jillian, I would love nothing more than to help find her a home.
me too. She's been in foster care since January, and that's just too long for so special of a cat.
Absolutely. So if you're interested in her, just get in touch with Andrea.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll go back to Michelle at True Heart Haven.
Hi, sorry, we were cuddling cats. Thank you, Andrea, for taking the time to show us your beautiful babies. And we will do our utmost to find them perfect homes. We also have another super special guest. And it's Herman and Bear and their amazing mom, Patsy.
We're actually waiting for Patsy to join us, Michelle. So let's check out some more kitties while we get on board.
Well,
I'm
I
pinned down here.
I think Pixie's found herself a really good looking boyfriend.
Okay.
You know, oh, I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just follow me.
You okay?
Okay, follow me. I want to introduce you to the staff that keep this place running. So you've already met Bruce and Elizabeth. And over there, don't be shy. This is Elizabeth's sister who came to volunteer.
Hi, Allison.
Yeah, Allison. And
Hi, I'm Summer.
there you go. Katie.
I'm Christy.
And the two at the end, you know.
Yeah.
So, couple of the staff aren't here today. We have 6 people on staff because this place is huge, and we have over 80 cats here, 2 miniature donkeys, 2 pigs, 3 goats, and a lot of chickens.
I thought you were gonna be like Anna Partridge.
That's the way it is, yeah. Well, you know, what happened when I bought this place is we had this beautiful sanctuary. It's 3.5 acres. There were already corrals up, the fencing was up, and I thought it would be rescuing farm animals that need rescue. I had the room and they needed a place and I took them.
We have some questions about Kai. Is he here and how is he doing?
Oh, well, that's all you, Connie. Here.
Oh,
Kai is not here.
Uh-huh.
He lives with Michelle at her home, so he gets better, more attentive care to his needs. And he's doing really, really well. He's still rocking his cone, but you should see him in it. He struts like this. I am it. So he's doing really well. His eyes slowly healing and his nose is going down a little bit. And he's just the sweetest little boy. And he likes to rub his face on me like all the time with all his little I do. It's awesome.
And Kai adores Connie. Hey, Sterling.
What up?
What up? You making some new friends?
I made a bunch.
Yeah,
It's a bunch.
it's not hard to do. Oh yeah, Lily, look at, yes, she is so cute. And by the way, we have a new TikTok account that Marissa is running. And you can see the funniest, cutest video of her. You just have to go see it. It's hilarious. Scooting around, it's hilarious.
That's Milo Sanctuary at TikTok.
Yep. So, but Kai, he has a way to go. The eye still is not fully healed. He's had 3 surgeries on it. And he's still recovering, and it's gonna be a long time before he's fully recovered. So look, is that Turbo? Oh, Turbo.
My boy who was born with the upside down rectum.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, and actually it wasn't a rectum, even though that's what the shelter tried to tell us, because rectums are round. Right?
I try not to question.
Yes, yes. Well,
We'll just get it.
so Turbo was born with inverted lower intestines. So in other words, he was pooping up instead of down. Yeah, it's flipped. Yeah. So, but he's doing great. He's so sweet and cute. He does have horrible stomatitis. He's going in next week for a full mouth extraction, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine. So now you got Johnny. Mhm. We're having a little bit of trouble with Patsy joining us. So I think what I should do is entertain us, Connie. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you're the entertainer, Nathan. Dude, seriously, you know?
Do you want me to just go around showing cats?
Well, you know what we could do? We could go over to the annex. Okay, we're gonna walk over to the annex.
We're gonna see some more cats, guys.
Yep, we just have to walk over there. So this is the main house, is the Clowder Clubhouse, and Christine Roberts won a contest to name them, and we love it. And I'm going to guess you all know what a clowder means, but if you don't, go look it up. Really cool. You can impress your friends. So here's the outside. There's the fountain, the swing, the picnic table. It's also about 108 here today, so we're just moving on to the annex.
Michelle, I'm here now.
Oh, great. Okay, Patsy,
Yes.
take it away.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys can even see me. I'm having, this is ridiculous. These links are just not working. Hang on. Let me get my video on. Oh, jeez. Oh, start my video. Let's see, guys. Herman and Bear are ready. Okay. Let me see if I can get you guys. I had it all set up, but now then it wasn't working. There we go. Can you see me? More importantly, can you see Herman and Bear?
We can see all 3 of you.
I'm having sound issues now. Hang on.
We can hear you just fine, Patsy.
Okay, well, hang on. I got to turn off my, I'm hearing me in double though, and it's driving me crazy. So let me turn off my phone. I don't know what happened. I was not able to get in on those other links. So, hi, everybody. It's Herman and Bear from Phoenix. So how's everybody doing? Where should we start?
Is this Herman's Hangout?
It is Herman's Hangout. Well, yeah, it's actually, we're coming live to you from our master bathroom because that's where the best lighting is. I didn't have to set up in the living room. And yeah, so and Herman and Bear are right here. And
they're both awake today too. Normally Bear is hiding under his special blanket, but it looks like he's actually awake today.
he's kind of sort of awake. He apparently, I just got home a little bit ago. I've got family in town, and apparently he's been holding on to his pee as he likes to do. And he cut loose for daddy. So that was nice that I wasn't here for that. So I'm going to pick Bear. Come here, Bear. Ah, honey, I know you're all wet because daddy had to give you an impromptu bath. Here's Bear. Hi, Bear. Yeah, Bear's a little soggy, so he's a little grumpy. But here he is. Yeah, I know. And okay, I'll put you down. You are very soggy, actually. And oh, again, you're hissing. Okay, great. And then here is Herman. So yeah, so do we have any questions, anything, Milo's gang, anything I should cover? There's lots I could talk about with Herman and Bear. Herman is recovering from a mysterious intestinal ailment. That's been super fun. We've been dealing with lots and lots of diarrhea. So, which is just part of life when you have a special needs cat and can't walk. But he's otherwise doing great. He had a health checkup recently and his blood work and everything came back just great. For those of you who don't know Herman, we think Herman's he's probably about 11 years old now. Herman and Bear have been with us now for 7 years. It was May of 2014 where they joined the Milo's Lifetime Care family. And so Herman is about 11 or so now, might be 10, might be 12, kind of iffy. Bear is, this is hard to believe because when we got Bear, he was only 3 months old and he is about to turn 7. So he's technically going to be a senior in a couple months in September, which doesn't seem possible. So.
Hey, Patsy.
Yes.
I have to tell you
What?
that we are getting 2 moderate CH kittens.
Woo! Okay.
So they should be here. I am so excited. Patsy is coming out to visit me next week. And we'll hopefully have the kittens.
Awesome.
They're moderate to just barely on severe, but they use their litter boxes and all that.
Awesome.
So I'm hoping you can give me some pointers because you are our CH expert.
Well, yeah, and it was all kind of, I can't even say it was self-taught. Herman taught us how to be CH parents. He was
Okay, I would love for you to tell the story of how you got Herman.
So Herman, well, it all starts at Michelle's 50th birthday party. And people had seen Herman on the internet being networked on Facebook. He had been surrendered to a rescue that was primarily a dog rescue. He was somewhere between 1.5, 2 years old at the time, and he was told, the rescue was told that the humans who had him were just kind of tired of taking care of him because Herman has severe CH. He does not walk at all. He never has, and he also has as you can probably see, he's got a constant little tremor. He's not in pain, so it's just how he is. But so he was surrendered to this rescue. They had him in a concrete dog kennel, like dog run area, for 8 months. And one of their volunteers felt really sorry for him and had never dealt with cats at all. She had 2 big dogs, Rhodesian Ridgebacks, but she decided to take on Herman, which bless her heart, because he's quite a project. She had him for, I want to say, a year to year and a half as they tried to find a permanent placement for him. And while Michelle was imbibing in certain adult beverages at her 50th birthday party, a lot of people told her that she should take Herman on to Milo's, and so she agreed. So there you go. The secret to Michelle Hoffman is, buy her adult beverages. And so Herman was supposed to come to Milo's. Herman was being flown from Denver, Colorado, where he was. A wonderful woman named June Liston, who was a pilot captain for United Airways, used some of her own frequent flyer miles to fly him as a passenger from Denver to Phoenix. She lives here, and this is where I live. And she dropped Herman off to us. And Michelle said, "Hey, can you just take him for 2 weeks?" I'm like, "Sure, we can take a cat for 2 weeks." We had no idea what CH was at the time, and had no idea how severe his condition was. And within the 2 weeks that we had him, that Michelle was supposed to drive out and pick him up and take him to Milo's, my husband and I fell madly in love. And we had gotten, Herman was pretty, he was pretty out of sorts when we got him. He was kind of traumatized from the airline flight. He had been, he'd had too many transitions. He didn't know us. He didn't trust us. So it was a process, but we got to know him, he got to know us, and we just thought, we really don't want to give him up. And so he became our lifetime care cat. And yeah, does that help, Michelle? Is that a good retelling? Except all the part about.
Patsy, we have lots of questions flooding in.
Please, well, I want to answer them, so just fire away, please, please, please.
First, well, I liked this one. How do they do in the Arizona heat?
Well, I mean, they don't go outside, obviously, because they can't walk. We wouldn't advocate for letting cats outside anyway, but for them, it's really obviously, they can't go outside. But so we are blessed to have a nicely air-conditioned home. And so they do, they do fine. They are not subjected to any extreme heat conditions. But because it is so dry in the summer, even for indoor cats, we do make sure that they're staying hydrated and that they're getting enough liquid in their food. They can't get up and drink from water dishes, so we provide water for them in their food.
Nice.
So yeah.
Well, speaking of food, do they have special diets?
Yes. So, well, since they can't get hydration through drinking their own water, we each feed them pate food, poultry flavor. That's their preference, and it's a good healthy protein for cats. So they both get a pate mixed with water. And we also, because of their CH, they have CH cats, especially the ones who can't walk, can be prone to constipation. So we mix in some benefiber and a little bit of Miralax into their wet food and water to keep their insides moving and functioning. And we also give them dry food. We love to give them a handful of dry food in their bed, and they have to kind of hunt and peck, and and that's both a good mental exercise for them and nice crunchies for their teeth. So.
And we had a question about CH in general. Is it known to get worse as cats age?
No, that's the one thing about CH that, basically when a cat's born with CH, if there's mild, moderate, and severe, they don't tend to ever, it's not progressive. So it's not a progressive kind of syndrome. So whatever level they're born at, that's where they're going to stay. Now, some cats with enough, if they're not really severe with some physical therapy and exercise, if they're not walking, sometimes you can increase their movement. But when they're severe like these two, it's really hard to get an improvement in their motor skills. However, they are not ever going to get worse, which is nice. So it's not a deteriorating kind of condition.
Fantastic. And we have about 3 minutes before we're going to go visit the Feral Fortress and Trap King Palace. So if there are more questions about Herman and Bear, please go ahead and put them in the chat. I have a question about Herman and Bear, even though, again, I've known them remotely for years. I never run out of things to ask about the orange duo. Somebody else just popped in, is CH a genetic issue? I'll let them answer that. Let you answer that question for our guest first.
CH is typically caused when a pregnant cat ingests either a toxin like a pesticide or is exposed to the panleukopenia virus. And the severity of it is going to depend on at what point in the mother's gestation she was exposed to, the things that can cause CH. So if it was early in the pregnancy, it's more likely they're going to be very severe. So.
And another question that came in through the chat, what is Bear's origin story?
Bear was found at about a newborn, 3 days old, on the ground near a commercial dumpster at an office building parking lot. And a young woman took him home, bottle fed him, kept him alive, did all the things supposed to do. He was actually diagnosed with CH extremely early. He was diagnosed with severe CH at 8 weeks, because at 8 weeks, he was not making any attempt to put any weight up on his limbs. All he could do was roll over like a little sausage. So it was very clear with him early on that there was something amiss. And she realized when he was about 3 months old, because of her job and her obligations and travel and family, that she could not give him the round-the-clock care that he needed and deserved. So she networked him on Facebook, and my husband and I had just been thinking, Herman needs a friend who's just like him. And so thanks to Milo's and Michelle, we were able to take on Bear as a adopted little brother for Herman. And
someone would like to know, do they get along, Herman and Bear?
Yeah, they're like, I sometimes we call them the odd couple because they do get along. They don't ever cuddle up with each other in their beds. They don't have that kind of relationship. Sometimes they're kind of like bickering old ladies. Like Bear will like lean over his bed and sort of like chirp at Herman and sometimes take a swing at him. And not in a mean way, but just sort of like, hey, are you there? But either one of them, if they realize the other one's bed is not near them or the other one is out of their bed and somewhere else in the house, they notice and they start looking around, wondering where they are. So they love to have each other in proximity. So they have that kind of connection, as opposed to like getting on the floor and playing with each other. So.
And someone else would like to know, who takes care of all your cats if you decide to travel? Because Herman and Bear are not your only cats.
No, they're not. And basically, my husband and I have not traveled together in several years. Like he just got home this morning from 2 weeks visiting his father in Nebraska. And I stayed home because one of us has to take care of the cats. And especially with Herman and Bear, in the future, we may end up taking them with us, but with our other cats, it just wouldn't work to have both of us gone. It would be a little overwhelming for anybody else.
I know all about that. I feel that. It's not a separate vacations over here.
Luckily, my husband and I are homebodies, so we don't feel the need to jet off to any exotic locations anytime soon together.
Do you need to bathe Herman and Bear because they might have difficulties cleaning themselves?
No, they actually, Bear does a great job cleaning himself. He is so squeaky clean. Herman, as he's getting older, because he has the constant head tremor too, he sometimes has a little trouble like cleaning, like coordinating his limbs to clean. So they will get a bath in the sink if they have pottied on themselves, which happens sometimes. I brush Herman out a lot, so to keep his fur on from getting knotted. And he has some little friends, especially Arlo and Aurora, who are siblings, who are 4-year-old cats who have just like are very, very bonded to Herman and Bear. They will sometimes clean Herman and bathe him and groom him, which is extremely sweet, and he loves that. So they don't bathe Bear though, because Bear is very sweet with me, and he's a lovely little boy, but he has a bit of a prickly personality with other cats. So most of the other cats try to avoid him, to be very honest with you. He's a little feisty. So
seems wise. Well, we are set to head back to True Heart Haven to check out our feral enclosures with our team.
Awesome. I'm so excited.
So we're going to wrap it up here with Patsy, Herman, and Bear in Arizona and send it back to True Heart Haven. Thanks so much,
Awesome.
Patsy.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. We are walking over to Trap King Palace, and we're waiting for Sterling.
I'm back here just taking it all in.
So this is Trap King Palace. It is split into two different areas, but we've opened the door so that they can do both. So come on in. Yep. And it's thanks to Nathan and Sterling that raised enough funds to get this built. So we appreciate it. All right.
It's amazing.
Come on in.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have a double door entry. So they don't escape. And we have little solar lights that light up at night.
It's super pretty.
It is beautiful. And then we have little dog houses, and we have a ramp there for the older cats, or cats that have problems walking to get up.
Look at these houses, so cool.
We built these.
Wow.
And then this is a cat tree. Isn't that the best? And it's great because the feral cats hide in them, and they feel secure.
Yeah, that's about the leaves that probably make them feel real good.
Yep. And then the cat door, which, are you ready? Okay, you go in first. I want to see your face.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's all cool in here. I wish everybody could feel how I feel in here. It's cool in here.
Yep.
Oh, that's so nice.
This is dope. And who is this baby up here?
That's it here.
Michelle, are the cats hiding out? Or do we not have cats in the structure yet?
No, they're not. Well, kind of, you know, that's Apricot, the one that I told you about. Yeah. She's like, why are you in my house? So yeah, so we've got, and we have chairs in here, so if you want to sit and hang out. My next, we just got some really cool furniture, and these have electricity. Flip it on. Yeah, cool. So these are recessed lights, and my friend who built it, I was like, dude, I don't even have recessed lights, but they get recessed lights. So it's a wood structure that is drywalled and fully insulated. So, and then those are the curtains. Sorry, I had to show you. So yeah. So what do you think, Sterling?
This is dope.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, right? You know, this is what you two helped build.
Michelle, the cats can come from this air-conditioned inside and access the outside features through a cat door, correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
the
right there.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Oh,
That's nice.
yeah.
that stop Nathan from going through there.
I can make it.
I'll pay you. Go through it. I'll give you $50.
Michelle, people are asking about the cats
Not good. It's not good for me.
in the feral fortress. These are not adoptable cats, Michelle. These are feral, so they will not be adopted, correct?
That is correct. Most of the animals that come here are lifetime care cats. And the ones that are injured and heal and are good, those get adopted out. But the ones with ongoing issues.
I see them in there.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? They're all gonna run.
They are smart.
Okay, so he's not feral. This is Bob. Bob is the king of the feral enclosures. And I am not kidding you. Anytime a new cat comes in, he goes up to them, he grooms them, he cuddles with them, and he makes them feel very, very happy.
Every single time we get
He's a breeder.
new cat.
He's a breeder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's our breeder.
She's very sweet too. She's the nicest boy.
Yeah, the beautiful Siamese that's up for adoption. This is her calico sister. Yeah, you can pet her. She's
very sweit.
's very sweet.
She just ran out.
Yeah, there's one. There it goes. Oh, no, door.
Who was that?
He's the
Good,
little.
Bob.
Bob's like, I got you.
Black and white.
Come here. Come talk.
Yeah,
Bob's like,
whenever we bring a new cat there, Bob always thinks I was crazy.
And also, I would love to find her a home. Her name is Artemis, and I would love to find her a home. But it would have to be a home that had patience and could work with her and love on her, and that would be amazing. Yeah, they came out, and you notice
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's that is Bruce, and Bruce is yep, out of here. Bruce is the brother to the feral ones. Yeah, but we have all these little things so that they can hide and climb and, you know, be happy, which is the ultimate goal of rescuing, is to make sure all of your rescues are happy and loved.
Michelle, how much room do we have between the two houses to take in feral cats? How many can we host?
Well, I'm going to show you this. See this door? That separates the two enclosures. There's over here is Trap King Palace, and this is the fortress. The catio is 24 by 24,
and it's split in half. So you can, but we kind of decided for right now, since everybody has gone through isolation, to open the doors so that they have access to both places. How many can we hold? I'd say 15 to 20. That would be comfortable, I think.
And there was a question about how long it took our wonderful contractor to create the structures.
So the catios were built, all the catios were built by my friend Carlos, and he is incredible. And when our groundskeeper saw them, he hired him to come do a catio at his house. So if you want their information, just let me know and I'll get it to you. But they're amazing. So it took him, how long did it take for this? Maybe 2 weeks. I would say 2 weeks. And then Andrew, who is my amazing guy who does everything, he built both houses. It took about 2 weeks each. And now over, I don't think you can see it, but over here, we now have a ISO house, which we had one, but it's kind of become storage. So we'll be moving into the ISO house next week. Yeah. We isolate everything now for 14 days before they join. No, we're big on the isolation. And we have now they have their own house. It's got air conditioning. It's got all that kind of stuff. And we have cameras around so I can,
Yeah,
peek in.
Some. I saw some.
Yeah, there's one in here. There's one in there.
I was like, what is that?
Yeah. All right. Would you guys like to meet the donkeys? All right. And yeah, we're gonna go meet the 2 miniature donkeys because they're pretty adorable.
All right, and Michelle, we have about 5 minutes to go before we're at our time here. Do you want to tell us about anything new that's coming soon to the sanctuary, perhaps?
Events on our website, but we're going to be doing a special fundraiser with a couple of t-shirt designs, and we have in a few months we have another virtual and then a few lives, and then virtual again. And at Christmas we are doing a Christmas high tea up here, and then we'll have open house after. So we're busy, and we're doing a calendar this year, but it's going to be super, super limited. And what else, Sonia?
Well, we're getting questions about when we're going to do the in-person visit again. Is that going to be in September?
Yes, we could do it in August, but it is so freaking hot that I think it would not be comfortable,
Yes.
So before we leave, I want to talk about Nathan and Sterling. Okay, yeah, Sterling, you have a nonprofit, so don't just follow him, please donate. Yeah, I'm wearing one. I got mine on. Yep. And you can buy merch on his website, and you can make donations to his nonprofit to keep his incredible journey going. You want to give your website?
It's www.trapkinghumane.org. And I want to say thank you to everybody that's been supporting, donating. When I started this, I lived out of my 1997 conversion van. Because of so much support, I've been able to upgrade to a C-Class RV that I live in now, me and my kiddies. So I appreciate that because that allows me to travel the country rescuing cats, doing TNR, working with the basement with Milo. So,
And didn't Raruva do the wrap on it?
yes, Raruva helped me do the Raruva took care of the whole wrap actually. So shout out to Raruva.
Yeah, shout out to Raruva. And I'm sad Chris couldn't join us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
Chris, I'm not gonna miss my flight.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you either. No. And Nathan, besides Wine Wednesdays, which if you haven't been to one of Nathan's Wine Wednesdays, do it. It's
It's a good time.
it is a good time.
It's a good time.
Yeah, and I join you drinking, by the way.
Good.
Yeah.
I expect everybody to drink.
Exactly. And then don't you have something private after?
Yeah, so we do the Wine Wednesday, and then for those who want, you can buy a Zoom ticket for the after party, which is just 20 to 25 people in a private Zoom party. We just keep drinking, we play games, we go ham, and it's a good time.
All right, so there you go. And you have a website.
I do, nathanthecatLady.com, which is cat toys, cat shirts, cat supplies. And again, the most important thing about me is that Sterling has a nonprofit. You should donate to Sterling.
Yeah, we know that, but you're important. You're out doing the work too.
Oh, absolutely. It's got me too modest.
Yeah, no, at all. So, yeah, it's great, and we want to spread the love and keep everybody going. And you can always donate to Milo's on our website. It's Milo's Sanctuary, and that's 2 S's.org. And Nathan, Sterling, and Chris each sponsor a kitty. So we're going to post pictures later of them with their sponsors.
Oh, Phoenix Flame.
Yeah, Phoenix. Flame Paws is Sterling Emmett Nathan's, and Fennel is Chris's. Chris runs a special needs dog rescue, a nonprofit. He's amazing, and he had a dog that had similar issues to Fennel, so they sponsored Fennel. So they're pretty amazing.
And Michelle, we're at time, so if you'd like to wrap us up here.
Okay, I will. Hang on. Let me hand the phone off because you got to see me one more time. You died. First of all, I want to thank all of you for being here, and I hope you had a good time. We try to make them fun, but we also try to make them informative. We will get the upcoming events up on the website, and special thank you to Nathan and over there with the donkeys.
Priority.
They're over there.
Probably got to take the camera off of us because we're thinking about remaking strength and everything.
Oh God.
Taking it to a whole new level.
Yeah, they're mother and daughter. Yeah, they're mother and daughter. So please, on a virtual, join us. And if it's not virtual and it's in person and you want to come spend the day up here and hang out with the cats, just let me know. And that's it. And thank you again, you guys. We love you all.
I dreaded leaving.